There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Right there is your star language connected to the coming Messiah of the Jews. And Daniel would have explained to them that this figure was prophesied by Jacob to come from the tribe of Judah and a descendant of the Davidic kings, but also that this figure was to be the Son of God. And the tethering of Psalm 2 with Numbers 24:17 and Genesis 49:10 perfectly connects together because of the royal scepter and rod language for the Messianic king of the Jews. Daniel would then continue to explain that Judah is represented by the lion. Daniel, the Babylonian Magi, and subsequent astronomers would easily connect these thoughts together and astronomically be thinking of the Leo constellation. Now, before you go thinking that I'm saying that the Bible is endorsing astrology and horoscope reading that ultimately leads to fatalism, is that I am not. The Old Testament is clear that this practice is forbidden because it's idolatry, because it's directly connected to the worshiping of pagan gods. But straight astronomy by itself is not prohibited. There's actually quite a bit of it in the Old Testament, starting right at the beginning with creation, as God said that the stars and lights in the sky were created with the purpose of serving as signs. And they do serve as signs with the day of the Lord judgment with them by not giving their light. All you have to do is go see the book of Joel as well for the clearest portrayal of this. Both Isaiah and the psalmist say that God names all of the stars, which is part of God's response to Job, in that he is the one who arranged the stars in their constellations, with some of them being part of the 12 signs of the zodiac, called the Matzerah in Hebrew. Job earlier said that God is the one who made the constellations. The chambers of the south verse, or quote there in verse 9, could be in reference to the Southern Cross. Job later made reference to the crooked or fiery serpent in the heavens that could be a reference to the constellation Draco, the dragon. Amos 5:8 says that God is the one who made the 7 stars. Now, the 7 stars in the KJV is also the same word in Job 9:38 for Pleiades. But if Amos is referring to the 7 largest visible lights in the sky, is that this would be referring to the sun, moon, and the 5 planets that can be seen with the naked eye. These would be understood as wandering stars, as they appeared to move throughout the constellations and weren't fixed in a fixed motion, or stationary like the North Star. You can see Ptolemy's 7 planetary spheres that he used in his geocentric model in the 2nd century AD. Now, back to the Bible, is that Psalm 19 says that the heavens declare the glory of God. They utter speech and show knowledge and have a voice. So, we have 4 statements that say that the heavens teach us theological insight in some manner. I repeat, we are not talking about horoscope reading, fortune telling, or fatalism here. Verse 4. Their line goes out through all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. In them hath he, God, set a tabernacle for the sun. This is in reference to the ecliptic, an apparent line that the sun appears to travel on throughout the year as it moves through the 12 zodiacal constellations. Each month, the sun appears within a given constellation, as each zodiacal sign is given 30 degrees, but the ancients saw this as the sun covering it or clothing it. And before this, the psalmist said that God ordained all of them, i.e., put them in order and motion, so that they would serve as signs to the ancient Israelites, as said in Genesis 1:14. Now, this might sound convincing to some of you out there, but to others, I still can imagine that some of you are thinking that I'm just taking this in the direction that I want. I am not, because there have been numerous zodiacs found in the remains of first century Jewish synagogues in Palestine that demonstrates that the Jews were observing the heavens for insight. So, when Daniel was explaining to the Magi about the Messianic King's future coming, is that he connected it to the Leo constellation that represents the tribe of Judah, and all of them would immediately think about Regulus, the brightest star in the Leo constellation, that is known as the King Star in every ancient Near Eastern culture. Reminder, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And don't forget to visit us at justscripture.org. But in the meantime, stay salty.